Hey everyone, my name is Matt. Welcome to my shop. See, I can't do it. I can't do it. So Brian Prusa said that I should try and do this without like moving my hands. I can't do it. It feels too weird. So, hey everyone, my name is Matt. Welcome to my shop. Today is November 3rd, and this is my weekly shop update. So, biggest thing in the shop this week are these curvy dealy molding things, which I got routed out this week, and I am pretty happy with the way that went. The whole process actually went a lot faster this time. Only took me about 3 hours to get through all the routing on all the pieces of molding, which is a slight improvement over the last time I did this routing process like 2 years ago. So the router jig that I'm using to actually make these moldings has a little follower on it, and that follower kind of acts like a guide bearing, and it allows the router to be guided along the edge of a workpiece, so you can route straight pieces or curved pieces or whatever, and the router bit stays the same distance and in the same position up and down away from the edge that you're referencing off of. So last week I wasn't totally sure what the final profile of the molding was going to be, but this is kind of what I came up with for that. And for reference, this is the profile from the secretary desk. I had wanted to do something different down here than this little step profile that I had done before. So I came up with this kind of similar style to what's going on top here, where I have a little bit of a concave and a little bit of a convex section to kind of match what's going on up here. So I have a little fillet that I cut with the straight bit, and then the little concave area gets cut with this little bull nose kind of bit or core box bit, and then the ovalo bit down here gets all that. That's still over here in the router jig thingy. So that's kind of what I came up with as I was spending a few hours routing the rest of this profile up here. But overall, went pretty well, and I'm pretty happy to be done with this. So this week I had a friend over, and we were just in the shop hanging out, drinking some beer, and we figured we'd multitask a little bit, and we started getting this thing assembled, so at least now it takes up a little less space in the shop. And I know people have been asking me what my thoughts are on it and all that. Don't really have any thoughts on the overall unit so far, other than the instructions are absolutely horrible, and they say that it should take like 5 to 6 hours to assemble it. If you follow the written instructions, it will take you that long. They have a video on their YouTube channel that actually goes through assembling this exact unit as opposed to some pre-production unit they showed in the instruction manual, so the whole setup process goes a lot smoother, and I wish I had known about that video before I started the assembly. But yeah, other than that though, I mean, it goes together pretty quickly once you know what you're doing. So, I don't know when I'll finish setting this thing up, because I gotta get this thing out of here. I want to redo some of this duct work, and I got the HIGHBOY I'm working on right now, so it'll probably still be a few weeks, just like I said before, but at least it's here, it's taking up less space, and it's one step closer to being in use. And then one quick funny thing I thought about the instructions was, for everyone who's all like imperial or metric is better or whatever, well, the people at Laguna say just use both. They call out the wrench sizes in metric. All the bolt sizes are in imperial in the written instructions, and then the washers are in both imperial and metric. So like imperial ID, metric OD specified that way. So it's kind of interesting. And then some of the bolts are specified as 5/16 diameter heads by 32 millimeters long. So I don't know, kind of fun. You know, it keeps you thinking. So when I was in Colorado back in August, James King gave me this awesome mallet, and Mark just finally sent it to me this week, so I finally have it back in my shop. So this is a Lignum Vitae head, and I think it was Cocobolo for the handle. I'll have to check, or James will probably let you know in the comments, but this thing is ridiculous. I brought the scale out to give you an idea. Oh, there goes something. 2 pounds, 4 ounces. So you could do some pretty serious damage with this thing. And what I am very much looking forward to using this for is for making dowels with a dowel plate. I think having this much mass behind it will make putting those dowel stocks through the dowel plate a lot easier. And the other thing with this, I use it in Mark's shop with some chisels, and you don't have to swing this. All you have to do is pick it up and drop it. Gravity and its weight alone is enough to send a chisel through some wood pretty easily. So I'm actually looking forward to using this in my shop, and thanks again, James, for this. Definitely check out James's channel. He makes some pretty awesome stuff and has some really, really great videos as well. So that's what's going on in my shop this week. Let's take a look at some viewer projects. First this week is an oak hutch by Wesley. The hutch stands a little over 7 feet tall and it took him a month to complete. He says the joinery for the doors was a lot of fun and it was a great challenge. They are raised panels with grooves for the rails and styles to sit in. He made his own molding for the top of the case using commonly available router bits and stacked a few profiles together to get something that was unique. The whole thing is made from red oak and it's going in his grandma's office. Wesley has a great YouTube channel that you should definitely check out. He's got build videos for this hutch and of course a lot of other things. He's full of energy and very entertaining, so definitely check out his channel. Next this week is a coffee table by Jake. Jake is 17 years old and he built this coffee table over the summer. It's made from a highly figured walnut slab, hard maple, and padauk for the bow ties. The base is joined with half laps reinforced by dowels that he cut by hand. He used Danish oil for the finish and this was the first piece of furniture he's made. Next is a meat cutting board by Sean. He was looking for a way to clearly identify a cutting board as for meat use as opposed to just vegetable use, so he came up with something that was fairly obvious. He's still trying to come up with a design for a vegetable one, so any ideas for that would be appreciated. Last this week is a stained glass lidded box by Terry. The longer sides are curly maple and the box ends are oak. The trim at the bottom and the lid frame are curly birch. The lift tab and the trim around the top are walnut. The legs are doweled into the box with 1/4-inch oak dowels, and the lid pivots on 2 1/8-inch brass pins. So a couple of quick things to let you know about. First off, I was a guest on this week's episode of the Make or Break Show. It's a interview style podcast, so if you're interested in something like that, definitely check it out. That was a fun show to be on. Also, I will be at the St. Louis Rockler store tomorrow, November 4th. For their grand reopening. They just moved to a new location and the new store looks pretty stupid awesome, so I'm looking forward to checking that out and hopefully meeting a bunch of people. So if you're in the St. Louis area, definitely try and make it out. It should be a good time. Kind of hanging out there and looking at woodworking stuff. And then lastly, if you're interested in the farmhouse table project over in the Guild, it is on sale for this weekend. It's 30% off, so if you've been kind of hesitating about buying it or whatever, it's on sale now, so it's definitely a good time to pick it up if you need a little push to buy it. So I think that's about all I have for this week. Thank you as always for watching. I greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments about anything I talked about today or anything here in my shop, please feel free to leave me a comment. As always, I'll be happy to answer any questions you might have. And until next time, happy woodworking.